Hey guys, this is John from US Dash Camera. Today I got a review on the VAVA 2K dash cam. Now, this is a unique dash camera because it's got a really weird shape. It's shaped like a hockey puck and hangs down from a suction cup mount. Now, this is the second version of that style of camera from VAVA. They do also have an A118 style wedge-shaped camera, but they reached out to me to see if I wanted to review this camera. So again, this camera has 2K video, or other words 1440p. It does actually use the same image sensor, the OV4689, as the A119, so it should be comparable. Now it uses a different chipset, the Novatech NT9663, which is in quite a few other dash cameras over the past year or so. It's a pretty decent chipset, so I'm expecting it to have decent video quality. Now the boxes here are pretty nice. They have nice presentation. I believe the first hockey puck from VAVA was a Kickstarter, and this one I believe just went straight into production. But it's going to look pretty much just like the original version, which was only 1080p. It's also unique about this camera is it does have a Wi-Fi app, so I'm curious to see if the video quality is affected by the Wi-Fi app at all, because oftentimes cameras with Wi-Fi don't have as good video quality. So I'm going to do a head-to-head comparison with the A119 versus this one. So this is what I mean by hockey puck design, where it's round but flat. You can see the lens in the front. What's unique about this hockey puck design is it can swivel, so you could actually record inside of your car if you wanted to. But it is only a one-channel camera, so you can't record both at the same time. So overall, the build quality of this camera does feel like pretty high quality. Now this camera currently retails for $130 on Amazon, and as usual I will provide links down in the description to where you can purchase this camera. So here you can see the little accessory box that came with. It's pretty simple. It's just going to come with the suction cup mount, the power cord, a USB adapter, and the installation tool. So here is the unique suction cup mount. It uses a magnet, so it will snap onto the hockey puck, and then the little lever will activate the suction cup. It's a pretty cool looking suction cup. Glad they didn't go with just a generic suction cup that a lot of other Chinese dash cameras use. So it does make the camera feel like higher quality. There you can see it doesn't always snap on perfectly, but there you can rotate it freely. So this would be useful for people that maybe want to record inside the car once in a while but don't need it all the time. So here's the provided USB cable. It does use micro USB, and it is a 90-degree angle on the side that connects to the camera. Here's the little installation tool just to help get the wires hidden in your car. Here is the USB adapter. It says VAVA right on it. Feels like decent quality actually. Also says iSmart on it though. I'm not sure what that is. Then here's the little package with little cable clip adhesives if you want to help guide some of the wires. So once it's connected, you can see that the little wire connector on the top will guide the wire so it doesn't get loose, and you can still twist it all the way around to record inside of your car if you want. It's pretty unique design. So here's a clip. I was messing around with the app, and with the 1440p it is pretty detailed inside of the car. Now again, since it's only a one-channel camera, you're only recording inside or outside at the same time. And then here you can see this is at night. You can't see very much unless there's lights shining directly into your car, so it wouldn't be very good at night. And one of the things they advertise is protecting your car from burglars, but I don't think that's really a fair claim to make, because if you're using it recording inside of your car at night, you might not even be able to see their face because there's no IR camera or IR lens. And there's also the fact that that means you're not recording outside of your car, so if someone hit and runs you, you're not going to capture anything from that car. So I think there's a big trade-off, and if you want to capture both inside of your car and outside, I would check out the Vantrue N2 Pro, which I did review, so I'll provide links to that down in the description also. As I said earlier, this uses the same image sensor as the A119, so I did a head-to-head comparison of the two, and I felt them to be very, very comparable. Now, unfortunately, YouTube isn't going to upload this in 1440p, but you might even be able to tell in the 1080p video. The A119, at least from my eyes, did look slightly crisper than the VAVA 2K. Likewise, during the night, it was pretty similar, but I did think that the A119 still had the slight edge. Now, they're so close though that it's really a toss-up to me. I think it's going to come down to which form factor you prefer and if you really want the Wi-Fi app. Overall, I was very satisfied with the video quality of this, especially because it's running the Wi-Fi all the time, and oftentimes a lot of cameras seem to have worse video quality when they have Wi-Fi like that, even cameras from VAVA that don't compete with their own A119. So now with the app, you can get on iOS or Android. It does have a couple of cool features like an installation guide, some information about the camera and from the company, shows how to install it. It's pretty well developed. Once you connect, you can view a live stream, you can manually record video or snap a picture. Of course, you can also view the files that are on the camera wirelessly, and you can transfer them to your phone. And once you transfer them to your phone, you can share them over social media or other media sharing sites. So that's pretty cool. So you'll see here, I actually was recording inside my car a lot, because you'll see I was trying to do a review in the car, but that just didn't pan out the way I wanted it. But you can see all the rest of my files here that if I wanted to, I could download to my phone. Now, Wi-Fi to me is it's a bonus feature, but it's not necessary. So if you would prefer something without, if you just want better video quality, then maybe the A119 is the better option. But this app is very clean and seems to work very well. This is also where you're going to change your settings like resolution, your G-sensor sensitivity, or the parking mode. Now, unfortunately, this dash camera does use a parking mode that's not as advanced as a lot of those high-end cameras like Blackview or Thinkware. It uses one just like Anchor, where it uses an internal battery, and that does mean it doesn't have a supercapacitor, so that could be a deal breaker for many people. But with the battery, it allows it to turn itself back on from a low power state when it senses an impact. But the issue with that though is there was about a 4-second delay. I did test it. I set a timer in front of the camera, then bumped it, and I heard the beep from the bump. And then I hit the camera at about 2 seconds in from the timer, and the camera video file showed about 6 seconds on the timer. So there was about a 4-second delay. Now, the issue with this is the fact that some people would argue that that's not evidence that someone hit you because it doesn't actually capture it. So it could depend if you ever had to go to court or something over a hit and run and someone was denying it. It might just come down to whether or not a judge or whoever believes the technology. Now, in my mind, if the video starts and there's a car right in front of you that happened to back up from a parking lot, to me, in my mind, the way this camera works, that should show that they did hit you. And there's also the chance that they might get out and inspect your car. But either way, it's a real iffy situation with these parking modes that don't actually show the impact, like buffered parking modes of advanced cameras like Blackview and Thinkware. But overall, I do really like this camera. I'm not a big fan of the design because I prefer sleek or discrete designs like black view or the A119 wedge design. But for people that want a suction cup mount and maybe you want to use it in multiple cars, this is definitely a good option. It has video quality very similar, almost just like the A119, but it also has the Wi-Fi app, which I think is very well designed. So all these factored in with a price of $130, I think it's a good buy. So if you're interested in it, I would definitely check it out. So I hope this video was helpful for anyone watching, and of course, as usual, if you liked this video or any of my other videos, I always appreciate if you hit like and subscribe. The subscribers really help keep me motivated to keep making these reviews. Of course, I'd like to thank VAVA for sending this review unit out, and as usual, I'll provide links down in the description to any of the reviews of the cameras I talked about, and links to where I can purchase any of them. And of course, drive safe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. This is how I look when I'm driving around at night. Now I'm in a parking lot, so there's some street lights, but overall you can expect it to be somewhat more dark since it doesn't have anything like infrared.